Skill. All right, so there's a big trend going on where people are basically just done with consumerism and materialism. And I totally get it. And we're going to have a good time. So buckle up and let's really dive into it. Let's get deep, but let's have some fun because I'm guilty of it. Guilty. Okay? Lord knows I've done my fair share of unnecessary spending. This comment's going to make a lot of sense. I'm going to save it for later. But let's let this lady here kind of set the tone.
I finally realized something on our last trip to Europe. Why in America do we buy so much crap? We were just walking around one day and I realized you don't see Amazon on every street. You don't see UPS. You don't see FedEx. Amazon comes to my house like every day at home. Sometimes all three come to my house in the same day. Like
the trifecta.
What am I buying?
You already have enough stuff. You don't need to go to shopping today. You don't need to browse Target and let Target tell you what you need to buy. No, you already have rooms in your house full of stuff you're not using. You will be happier if you have more money in your bank account. And a great way to do that is to...
He ain't lying. Now look, I'm just going to point it out. I'm guilty of this, okay? I live in America, all right? I have 2 cars. I'm one guy. I used to have 3 cars. It's a bit excessive. I recently got rid of one, but we won't talk about that today. As you could tell from all the shit behind me. But I'm actually a big, my big consumerism or materialism was always thrift shops. All right? But we'll get into that. So, you know, I don't actually think materialism's dead or consumerism's dead. I was at Ross recently with my dad. I needed 1 pair of fuzzy slippers for him. This place was packed. Okay? Like, I was like, what are these people buying? I mean, there was shit all over the floors. It was like it got ramsacked. Hold on, wait. Like, I didn't film all throughout the store. My dad has dementia. But, like, look, it just shit everywhere. Like, people just, hurry up.
Y'all are always like...
I couldn't believe it. But here's kind of the reality of it. We'll let little sweet thing here kind of spill the beans.
Wow, how do you always have money to, like, go and shop and, like, buy sweet treats all the time and DoorDash stuff? Bro. I do not. Where is it? This is literally a letter from the government being like, it says word for word, you idiot, you owe us so much money, do you just want to go to jail? What's wrong with you? I'm in debt. I haven't shopped.
She goes, I'm in debt. And the consumption thing, she was talking about food. You know, if there's one thing in this world I'll spend money on is food. But, you know, I'm not fat, so I'm not like, no offense, I'm not trying to say it like that. But in America, there's a lot of fat people. And... they're eating a lot. Best thing I ever heard. This is hilarious. I was outside of a Cuban restaurant, right? Havana in West Palm Beach, Florida. And these 2 big guys are in front of me. And the one guy is much larger than the other dude, right? And so they both order sandwiches. And the one guy orders 2 Cuban sandwiches. They're pretty fucking big, right? And the guy next to him goes, man, he's like, I shouldn't be eating this stuff. I'm way too big. The guy looks at him. He goes, fuck you, dude. I just ordered 2 sandwiches. And one is not for later. I couldn't help it. I started laughing. The dude turns back to me and he goes, right? But anyways, back to just buying shit. Okay? Like the stuff behind me, clothing, just nonsense. Little tchotchkes. This is kind of, a lot of people are they're giving it up. Right here, this girl, the no spend era.
I haven't shopped since June 20th. I have the exact day. I went back in my emails.
You know what feels better than buying a chore jacket or a suede coat or a pair of mesh ballet flats? Having money in your bank account at the end of the month. Don't buy anything new. You don't need to.
Sure.
Every guy that just heard that's like, what?
Here, Black America in 2016, we spent $2 billion on Air Jordans, $4 billion on liquor and alcohol, $600 million on fast food, and we bought twice the amount of Mercedes Benzes as white America, although white America has twice the wealth of black folk. So
7 items and it was $1,100. That was very eye-opening. I was like, why am I shopping like this?
I need a hobby that does not involve spending money.
Okay, that was a lot to take in. $2 billion on shoes. And you know what? The food thing, this chick's kind of setting the tone too here. I need a hobby that doesn't involve spending money. It's basically what she's about to say. She goes deeper than that. But think about it, right? Not to bring up obesity again, but, you know, a lot of people eat because it's something to do. Right? You're bored, go to the restaurant. You're bored, eat a snack. If you're bored, eat a bucket of chicken. I've seen it happen. I'm guilty. I've done stuff. I used to chug soda just because it's something to do. But shopping's like a hobby. You know, it's kind of something to do. I just thought that was crazy what the dude said, though. $4 billion on alcohol. That's another thing. People are cutting back on that. There's I can't put everything on the internet that I've seen in TikTok and all these places of people kind of giving a lot of this stuff up. But this is happening on a mass scale. And I'm all for it. I love it. Anyways, let's let her finish up.
Of any kind, no screens of any kind, and no drinking. Typically on days like this, I dive into work and I am just realizing I need something that's not productive, that's just a hobby.
We're going to answer her questions about the screens and all that in just a moment, because that's another form of consumption, what you're doing right now, mister, missy. But this is, remember what I said earlier about I used to have a thrift shop consumption. All this stuff behind me is basically thrifted. And this stuff here in my living room, it's all thrifted. And I actually turned it into a business because I enjoyed it so much. And I did it full time for a few years. 5 years. I bought and sold items, and it was fun for me. It was something to do, and I like finding old treasures, right? But it's still consuming things to fill a void. That's like materialism. You're buying stuff to make yourself feel better. Basically what it is, okay? But just to paint you a picture, I'm at the thrift shop. And most of the time I don't buy anything now because I don't sell stuff. But I just stop in on a whim at this antique joint, and I see this giant painting. It's like 4 feet tall. And I go, I gotta have it. It's $500. I gotta have it. I talked him down, though. It was a privately owned place. I did it for $350. But like this lamp, this old 60s lamp, I got it for free out of a trash can. Well, my boy Johnny's mom said, if you want this lamp, it's in my trash can outside. This 1980s cocaine table, I think I spent a little under, it was $20, but it was 25% off. Like under $20. But, I mean, it's just something kind of stupid, though. You know, like this leather jacket, I just had to have it. It was $50 at a antique shop. You know, good deal, actually. Not bad. You know, all the stuff behind me that you guys see here is just more kind of collectibles and stuff. But I'm guilty. You know, I do get it, you know, and it's like, what hobbies do you have that you know, I get it. Shopping's a hobby. You know, and then I thought about it. I went deep. Well, we're going to keep moving on, but I went deep on, you know, what kind of hobbies do I have that don't involve spending any money? And I almost couldn't think of any. Skateboarding, I still need to spend money on boards and stuff. Walking, I maybe walking, but then you need to buy shoes or just walk barefoot. But where are you going to go? You got to go to the beach. You don't live near the beach. You go to a grassy area. What if you don't have grass? You live in the city. Dude, when I really thought about it, really the only answer you should be saying is, what hobby can I do on the cheap? That's it. Or something where you just buy it once and it'll last a long time. Anyways, we'll keep this party moving. I just wanted to share this with you because this painting was just a ridiculous buy. I'm calling myself out on it. I love it, though. All right, upward and onward. Back to the comment from the very beginning. Now, this lady was talking about Gen Z and younger millennials being ruled by materialism, more so than the previous generations. Now, she's not wrong. I'm guilty. Most of us are guilty. But this is what I wanted to emphasize on. She goes, screen zombies is ruining society in general. Okay, what does she mean by screen zombies? Another form of consumption, right? The cell phone. Help. Now, this was a crazy meme. I finally realized it. People are prisoners of their phone. That's why they are called cell phones. Oh, fuck. Let me out. Now, I really want to dive deep on this, but I'm going to make a whole other video on this one. Okay. So, I turned off screen time on my phone because I said, you've had enough access to me. You no longer monitor everything I do, although they are, for sure, whoever they are. But I used to average, remember, I work from my phone, and I would average 8.5 hours a day, sometimes 9. That's a lot. That's a full work day on my phone. And then when I wasn't doing any of this for work, I still averaged 4.5 hours a day on my cell phone, not including my old school TVs that I watch VHS on. And you know, we're at a point where it's kind of freaky, man. Okay? But this is where I'm going at with the phone. This is where a lot of the materialism buying comes from. Surfing the phone. Okay? I don't own 8 pair of shoes for no reason because I was walking into Foot Locker. Okay? Although I don't shop at Foot Locker. I'm an odd shoe kind of guy. More slip-ons. I'm weird with shoes. But 8 pairs of shoes. And I blame this thing. Random stuff. I'll just be sniping on eBay. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring up the phone. Anyways, but speaking of consumption, I started a Facebook. Anybody wants to go follow me over there? I haven't posted anything yet, but if you want to keep consuming more content, you little consumer, go to the Facebook page, help build it up. Anyways, back to our unpaid programming.
I do not want to upgrade my phone. I also do not want to trade in my car.
I know we like to thrift and we like vintage items, but I didn't realize we were starting to buy vintage cars.
We're going somewhere with this.
I'm here to say, no, I'm content. I will not be giving into consumerism today. But I still do want a new pair of boots for the season. So you got me there.
Resorting to minimalism because they have to. There's not a surplus of money left over, even if you make $30, $40 an hour.
Right there. Now, remember what you just saw. I know it's hard with our attention spans, but I like this guy, Josh Piper. But he said it perfectly. We're almost forced into minimalism. Okay? Let's rewind it back in case you don't remember. This chick right here, she doesn't want to upgrade her phone or her car. This chick, she goes, oh, we're buying vintage automobiles. No. I like vintage automobiles. I own one. But you think I want to be driving a 2007 car? Which that's my daily driver. I really don't. I wouldn't mind having a 2020 car or a 2017 because that's like the sweet spot in my opinion. I really wouldn't. But I don't want car payments. I'm almost forced. We're forced into this. You get what I'm saying? And this is an iPhone 14 Pro. It's already having problems. Okay? And I'm going to try and milk it as long as I can before I buy another one. I'm usually like every 3 years I buy a new phone. Here's a picture of all my fucking phones. Right here. Over the years. And that's not even all of them. Not even ones I threw in the ocean or threw in a lake or something. I kept them all. Out of spite. Just something to think about, though. I think what this guy just said, being forced into it, and I think it's a good thing, too. I really do. Especially for people who need to lose weight. Can't spend money on food. Good for you. You'll thank the economy in the long run. Bad joke. Just saying. Okay? I'm not perfect. My bad.
And then
So we're going to wind this down. Okay? We're going to go back to the lady in the beginning, come full circle here, okay? And then we're going to get into some of your guys' comments from previous videos and your thoughts on this.
go to stores in Europe and they don't have Walmart, they don't have Target. Like, you want a nail clipper. Here's one nail clipper, just one, not 55 different options. And then you go to the grocery stores and they don't have an entire aisle of chips the length of the store. They have like 4 different kinds of chips. It's like regular and paprika, which are very good, by the way.
I'm a big paprika guy. I actually told my lady, I said our firstborn child, our first daughter is going to be named Paprika Jones. It's final. And if you can't handle that, we're done.
Obviously, being in Europe for 3 weeks, I wasn't buying stuff every day. And I was just fine. And then I get home and I see Amazon every 2 seconds. And I'm like, what are we buying? And I've always known, like, overconsumption's a thing here. You don't really think it's you. It's like, no, I don't buy stuff I don't need. Yeah, I do.
Guilty. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but for sure, guilty.
I think I do. And so ever since we've been back, we've kind of been really cautious about what we're buying. I think it finally took this last trip not seeing Amazon all over the cute little roads between all the pretty old buildings to realize that needs to stop. We don't need all this crap.
She ain't lying. And there is something I know, since a lot of my consumption's been kind of thrifted or given to me or found, or very cheap stuff. Literally, like the pants I'm wearing are 8 years old from the thrift store. You can't see them, and I don't want you to. This tank top was $3, you know. This jacket was expensive, you know. My Vans were $65, you know. But I know that all the stuff behind me is just shit. It's just stuff. Like, if I have to, gone. It's gone. I just did the biggest garage sale of my life. Got rid of everything. Oh, I'm great at garage sales. I'm a master at it. Garage sale finder. Fucking this other one, you can make a free ad. Oh, man, they'll be at your doorstep 9 a.m. Make sure you put a picture of all the good shit on the cover photo. But it felt good. But anyways, this was a big part of my business model back in the day, was estate sales. Okay? I'm getting some of your comments, but this is what happens to most of our shit when you die.
So here I am at another estate sale. Again, steeped in sadness. They're selling everything in this house at 75% off. God knows what the house costs, but again, the next generation could not handle it or did not want it. And a small caveat, there must be 950 pairs of almost brand new shoes in this house.
Damn.
Please, 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 store up your treasures in heaven, not on earth. This is sad.
He's not wrong. It wasn't sad for me because I would come up on a bunch of cool shit and I'd be able to make money off of it. But that's what happens. I've been to a lot of estate sales. And, I mean, a lot of shit, dude. I mean, I've come across some borderline hoarders. A lot of stuff, dude. But, hey, all we can really do is kind of lower our consumption a little bit. Or, hey, if it gets your dick hard in the morning, fuck it. But here's some of your comments. They all have the same thing in common here. Everyone is broke because of piss poor decisions. Live like you're poor, even when rich. I'm in England. Big key thing here. I dated an American once, and she couldn't seem to fathom why I go to reduced food aisles. Okay, I don't eat shit food. I cooked that food up. Her entire life has been on consumerism. Soon as she got paid, she drops it on sushi. Doesn't cook. Sushi. Doesn't cook. Sushi. Doesn't cook. New shoes, clothes, etc. Then they wonder why she's poor. It's a worldwide thing, not just America, but still. It seems like America is King Tut's cousin here, Johnny Tut. Check this out. The people who think they are not dumb are part of the problem. We are all idiots ruled by consumerism. I didn't say it. That guy did. This dude goes, I work more than full-time now, working on getting 2 or more sources of income. We've been working 7 days a week. And about the stores closing down, I don't buy anything. And this is another caveat to us spending less money. That means a lot of places could close down. Because, you know, the cycle of money kind of keeps everything up. So it's kind of a catch-22. Anyways, he goes, the thrift stores for clothing and furniture. Hey, me too, man. When I secure another income source, I still won't be buying anything from the stores that are shutting down. I will be saving more and investing more. I'm frugal and practical. Our economy was built on frivolous consumerism. Hey, you guys catching the drift here? Are you? Anybody in here? The problem isn't capitalism per se. The problem is Western central bank-based fiat financial system and consumerism model that was forced on us decades ago. Wow. Well, then this guy says something too about consumerism. You get the point. You guys leave your thoughts. I know that you will. And I've been working on it. I've been pretty good about it the last few years. I really don't buy much stuff. I said earlier I have 8 pairs of shoes. Like 4 or 5 of those pairs I've had for over 5 years. 2 of them is for like 8 years now. I just keep them in good condition. I wear them once in a while. But it is still like just lugging around stuff. If I were to have to get up and move, a lot of this stuff probably wouldn't be coming with me. Like if it was in a hurry, It's just something to think about. The food thing, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. But a lot of this shit we don't need, and I think a lot of people just don't care anymore. Obviously, there's going to be the people that are out there buying, and Lord knows we need you. Keep this economy up and strong. But, it's not worth going to debt for, fucking shoes. And like I said before, I got my own issues, okay? I used to have 3 cars, now I'm down to 2. The insurance on them's cheap. I own them both. I got classic car insurance. Like I said earlier, I'd like a newer car, but I'm almost forced into it. And I'm not going to get stuck with payments. Anyways, leave your thoughts. If you want to consume some more, you can check out my second channel. Follow my new Facebook page, or don't. It's all good. And I also want to apologize to all my Patreon members. I was working on a website that has taken forever, and I don't think my plans are going to come to fruition as soon as I thought. So I'll keep you posted on that. I might just start posting to Patreon again. But appreciate all you guys. And God, hell of a talk, I'm going to go spend $5,000.